We have reached the concluding part of Rav Drukman's 16th Shir on Rav Kook's Hakdama to Shir HaShirim, the concentrated love between Israel and God, Tמצית האהבה שבין ישראל להשם. In the beginning of Rashi's introduction to Shir HaShirim, Rashi speaks about the greatness, the uniqueness of this biblical book more than all the others. And he says it is found in the double use of shir, of song, in the name of the book, Shir HaShirim, Song of Songs, as we say in English. As Rashi says, Shir, שהוא כולו השירים, a song that is above all the other songs. אשר נאמר להקדוש ברוך הוא, מעש עדתו ועמו, that was said to HaKadosh Baruch Hu from his congregation and people, Knesset Israel, the congregation of Israel. Rashi explains that the essence, the subject matter of Shir HaShirim is explained in the Middrash Tנחomא. The Middrash Tנחomã, Pashas Tezvah, opens with the words of Rabbi Akiva that lo haya העולם כדאי, the entire world was not worthy of the day that Shir HaShirim was given to Israel, but it means the only thing that made the creation of the world worthwhile was the day that Shir HaShirim was given to Israel. And Rabbi Eliezer ben Azariah continues with a parable about Shir HaShirim, the Song of Songs, where the king asks to have a cake baked. And they take the flour and they sift it time after time to get the purest, finest flour, right? That there is no foreign matter in it at all. Ka'ach kol הכתובים kodesh. So too, all of the writings, all of the Bible is holy. ושיר השירים kodesh kodashim. And Shir HaShirim is the holy of holies. It is the most sifted of the flour that is used to bake the king's cake. So too, Shir HaShirim is the most select of all of the holy aspects in the Bible. Shekula Yerushalayim v'kibul ol malchuso, because all of Shir HaShirim is about Yerushalayim, awe of God and accepting his dominion. Shir HaShirim is the neshama, is the soul of all of the other songs that are sung to God. It is a concentrate, the most intense purified form of love of God and awe of God that comes out of all of the books of the Bible, meaning you take all of the other books of the Bible and put them in concentrated form, and what you get out of it is Shir HaShirim. The love of God, the acceptance of God's yoke, the acceptance of the yoke of heaven, it is clarified in all of the biblical books. However, it appears in its most purified form in Shir HaShirim. The love between Israel and Hashem, his people, exists in all generations. All generations that were free to accept the dominion of Israel, the strength that went through all exile and suffering, were encompassed in this love that Shlomo HaMelech put in Shir HaShirim. Rashi continues, Ra Shlomo Baruch Kodesh, Shatidim Yisrael Legalos Gola Acher Gola. Rashi saw, Shlomo HaMelech saw, with Ruach HaKodesh, that Israel would be exiled, exile after exile, Chorban Achor Chorban, destruction after destruction. V'litonein begalus ze al kvodam harishon, v'liskor chiba harishona, and it would mourn in this exile about their original honor and the original love. Asher yu segula lo mikol ha'amim, that it was chosen most precious among the nations, Lemor, to say, Elcha ve'ashuva el ishi harishon, ki tov li az me'ata. Let me go and return to my first husband, because it was better for me then than now. V'yizkru et chasadav, and they will remember his chesed. V'yes ma'alim asher ma'alu, and how they trespassed against him. V'yes hatovos asher amar l'teit lehem be'acharis hayomim, and the goodness that Hashem promised to Israel in the end of days. V'yisad sefer hazeh Baruch HaKodesh b'lashon isha tzrura almanot chayot, and he established this book with Ruach HaKodesh in the language of a woman who is a tied widow, a living widow, meaning the husband is living and she's living as a widow even so. Mishtokeket al ba'ala, who's desirous of her husband. Mitrapeket al doda, she's clinging to her beloved. Mazkiret ahavat ni'urim elav umoda al pesha'a, she remembers the love of her youth and how she sinned against him. Aftoda, even the beloved, this is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, tsar lo b'tzarata, he suffers with her suffering. Umaskira chastei nureha, v'tnoi yofya, v'kisharon pa'alaha, and he remembers the kindness of her youth, her beauty, her grace, her abilities in everything that she did. And to these things he was connected with a strong love. Lahodiyam kilo milibo ina, and he makes known that it was not out of his heart that she became afflicted. Velo shiluchacha shiluchin, and it is not he that sent her away. Ki od hi ishto, because she is still his wife. V'hu isha, and he is her husband. V'uatid lashov alaha, and in the future he will return to her. Thus far, Rashi's introduction to Shir HaShirim. Shir HaShirim, Drukman explains, expresses the concentrated form of the history of the Jewish people, from the beginning to the end. And all of it is imbued with the love of Hashem to Israel. And this love always existed. There is no way to negate it, to reduce it, even at the most downtrodden point of exile. Shelo shluchacha shluchav, ki od hi ishto v'hu isha, that he did not send her away. She is still his wife, and he is still her husband. This eternal love between man and wife, the love of the beloved and his companion, this, its subject matter and its essence, is all condensed in its most purified form into Shir HaShirim. And next we will study the unique nature of the love of Rabbi Akiva in the next Shir. Everyone should have an inspiring day.